So we now have episode 5 of The Walking Dead World Beyond. I think this episode was called Quatervois. We are officially in the final quarter of the entirety of The Walking Dead World Beyond. Very, very exciting news. But if you haven't seen this episode yet and you don't want anything I spoil for you, don't listen to this review. So this episode has been like every other episode of World Beyond. I went in expecting complete another shit, and up until the last, I'd say 10, at most 15 minutes, they were delivering. They were delivering the shit they always deliver, and I was sitting there going, why am I still watching this? And I was contemplating, why the hell am I still watching this? But then as the episode progressed, I got more interested. I feel like we're finally getting the main storyline, the main idea they had with the series. We are finally getting it, and we're finally answering questions that we've all wanted to know since the announcement of the show. The whole reason everyone is interested in the show, I feel like we're finally getting those answers now. But the episode first starts off, and our group who are not inside the CRM make their way to Silas. They try and talk to him, try and get him to join. At first he's a bit hesitant about doing it because he feels like, why should they go against the CRM? Understandably, the CRM, ever since they captured him, they've been treating him fairly well. He feels safe. He's hanging out with these people. He's succeeding there. I understand why he wouldn't want to waste that. But after Iris goes up talking to him, of course we know from last season Silas has a crush on Iris, so she quickly convinced him to join the group, and then her plan is for them to get captured by the CRM, and then as they're breaking out, Silas is going to be their getaway driver. And when I heard Iris's plan, I thought it was a plan. I'll go with that. It is a plan that I feel like would work if the CRM are absolute idiots, but we know the CRM aren't idiots. Rick Grimes has been there for 6 years and he hasn't been able to get out, so why does Iris think she's going to be able to get out in a matter of a day, where those people, Iris and all them, they are like very important to the CRM because they got Dr. Bennett. They want to keep Dr. Bennett happy, so they are very important to them. So I don't know why she thought she can escape so easily. But we do see Hope, and Hope's having nightmares that her dad is getting killed by the CRM. So because of these nightmares, Hope then tells her dad everything. She tells her that she knows where Iris is. She tells her that I've gone to see Iris. She tells her everything about Hope, or not Hope, about Hook. Everything her dad knows and is aware of everything now. But Iris's plan is for herself and Felix to be captured by the CRM. Percy wants to go with them to keep Iris safe, but they're thinking, no, we can't let you go, Percy. You're injured, you're not really going to be much of an asset to us now, you're probably going to be more of a burden to us in there. But he's quite persistent that he wants to be. They leave anyways, and then he shows up towards the end and he gets captured along with them. And you can tell that Iris and Felix are annoyed at first, but more importantly the community that Eldon is at the moment, and I can't remember his name, I think his name is Will. You can tell the leader of that community is very, very annoyed that Percy went and done what he did, which makes, of course, it makes a lot of sense because they're putting their necks out as well. They're putting their necks out for these people that they just met, for them to be reunited with their family. It kind of baffles me that they're really putting their necks in the line when they have a good relationship with the CRM. Being with the CRM is an asset to them. I don't know why they put their necks in the line for these people who just showed up randomly one day, but we do see the CRM capture them, so they're now in a bunker in the CRM. They're all sitting in a room, they're waiting to be spoken to, they're waiting to be debriefed, they're waiting for everything to happen, so they're just sitting there waiting. And again, nothing really happened there. But we know that Hook doesn't really trust her man. We kind of got elements of that in the last week's episode, and it's very much kind of set in stone this episode. Not only do we see Hook actually go into her mother's office, find out all these secrets, she went into her safe and try to find out all this information, but later on they do have a lunch and they talk, and you feel like it's very much like it's their last time talking, or very much the last time we see them talking, because by the end of the episode Elizabeth Kublik has gone off to look after something inside of the rehabilitation centre. Is that a Rick Grimes related thing? I don't know. But she's gone off now. We probably won't see her till the end of the series, if not at all in the series. And she's going to be in the movies. Fingers crossed we end up seeing her in the movies. But before that, Elizabeth does question Felix, Hope and Percy, who Percy's making people think he's Elton, but Elizabeth Kubik questions Felix on his leg, asking how he got it so clean, how come it's healing so well when there's nothing out there. He's saying, oh, we found medical supplies, but she knows they are lying. She definitely knows they are lying. But in the containment facility, we do get the reuniting scene between Iris and her dad, and Felix with Iris and Hope's dad. It was a good scene. It was, of course, it's very similar to the one we had earlier in the series when Hope got reunited with her dad. It's something we've all been, I wouldn't say looking forward to, but it's something we've all been expecting since episode 1 when they were separated, and then the whole journey began because they wanted to go find their dad. So like, it's about time we actually finally get to see them reuniting, because I, just like everyone, was expecting that to be the end of season 1, but no, it happened midway through season 2. But Iris and everyone, they sit down to have lunch and discuss the plan Iris has to escape, and she's talking very, very cocky. She's very arrogant in the situation. She's going on as if this is going to be a simple task to do, and the fact that none of them should be hesitant or reluctant at all, because this is going to be such an easy thing for them to do to escape. And it's just one of those things that does really, really annoy me, that Iris is just so cocky, and Felix has gone down that road. Season 1, I actually enjoyed Felix, but now he listens to Iris way too much, and all he does is get into his mindset that everything they do against the CRM is going to be easy. Even Will in this episode looks at them like, are you serious? You really think that's going to be easy? Will is looking at them that way. Dr. Bennett is looking at them that way. He doesn't even want to do this. He's only doing it because he wants to keep his girls safe and his girls happy. His plan is to leave with them, and he goes looking for his girlfriend. I don't actually remember her name, but he goes looking for her, and in the process he bumps into Hook, and Hook reveals to him what she found out in her mother's lab, which was that Omaha and Campus Colony, the CRM orchestrated the murder of all of them so they could use them as test subjects, which is quite insane. The fact that I don't remember how many were in Omaha, but I know Campus Colony was, I think, 10,000 people, so they just killed 10,000 people for test subjects. That's really, really insane that they're like willing to kill that many people just to use them as test subjects. So I really don't know how else it's going to play out. I imagine the end of the series is going to be all our characters. I don't really care if they died, and this kind of whole storyline was set up to show the CRM is so brutal, and they will kill anyone or anything or any community they have to kill to try and get a cure for this thing. And I really don't know what to kind of know where this whole series is, or the movie is going to start up, because I really don't know. We do get to see Silas take the truck. He goes to the location where his plan was to meet with Iris and the group, but they don't show up at the time they're meant to do. But I think it was 5 or 6 soldiers, fully armed, show up, and they're all pointing a gun at Silas. So Silas has again been captured. It's not confirmed whether or not the girls in the group have been captured as well, if the CRM became aware of what was happening there, or if it's just coincidence that Silas showed up and all the guards were there and like, what the hell's happening here? Let's point gun at him. So I don't really know how all of that played out, but by far my favourite part of the episode was the post-credit scenes. The post-credit scene, we got revealed that the scientist is now at her last chance. If she cannot find a cure or something, she is probably going to be killed. I doubt it's exiled. I'd be shocked if it was exiled. It's definitely going to be killed. And it's revealed that the soldier she was talking to is Jadis. And the biggest thing about Jadis is she has a haircut that is, for some baffling reason, the worst haircut she has ever had. I don't know if that's a design choice or if that's something the actress wants, but every haircut, besides the season 9 haircut, which was a normal haircut, the rest of them were all horrible haircuts, and I don't really know why they choose to give her such terrible haircuts. But I'm really excited to see what's going to happen with Jadis moving forward. My assumption is she's going to be in 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'd be very disappointed if we just saw her in this and then we don't see her, or all we see her in is, say, episode 7 and episode 9 post-credit scenes. I feel like she has to be a main character now moving forward. If you just brought her in for this post-credit scene and then a few post-credit scenes for the rest of the series, that's going to be a massive disappointment. I feel like she needs to take Elizabeth Kubrick's role. Elizabeth Kubrick is a character I loved, but if she's gone, and I'm assuming she's gone for the rest of the series, they need to have Jadis come in and take that place, and I'm really excited to kind of see more of Jadis. I'm really excited if we get any Rick mentions. I hope she mentions Rick in a way that feels like an organic way of doing it, rather than just bursting out talking about Rick Grimes, something that happened to her 6 years ago. I hope it has meaning about why she's talking about Rick, and it's not just fan service. And I hope they actually mention his name. I hope she says Rick rather than like what they done in season 9 and season 10 The Walking Dead, which really annoyed me, where they were calling Rick the brave man, or Daryl was saying my brother, instead of just calling him by his name Rick. For some reason, ever since Rick left the show, they are so afraid to say the name Rick. I don't know why they're so afraid of saying his name, and I really hope moving forward, especially in World Beyond, now that Jadis is here, I hope they just mention his name. I think it's very important that they say his name. I don't know why they're so afraid of actually saying his name. But if you want to hear my thoughts on episode 6, which I am very excited to watch now, hopefully we do get that Rick mention and finally get some kind of clarity on what is going to happen, what is this whole purpose of this show. Hopefully we find out sooner rather than later. But again, if you want to hear my thoughts, click the subscribe button, and as always, thanks for watching.